Right, welcome back. Last time we went off and did some, well, somewhat more colonial conquests than usual. Captured a port here via expedition and then conquered these two provinces in order to get enough trade value shoved into here to fulfill the requirement for global trade. Then conquered this trading city over here. And, well, it's enough. It's all enough to fulfill the requirements to start inventing global trade. So that's excellent, and slowly progressing. Though it will certainly take its time, that's for sure. Okay, maybe not. It's gonna arrive in the capital in a couple of years, and then I can finally start teching up for, well, maybe not for real, because nationalism is gonna start spreading too in another decade, and industrialization a decade after that. Okay, the Commonwealth isn't nearly as scary as it usually is, but they're still a fairly big country. Probably be a competitive fight. Yep, listed in the wrong order. Isn't that wonderful? Burger loyalty is cheap. Noble loyalty is not, or well, yeah, it's not. In more ways than one, it's harder to get, but it's also more valuable. The populace start to... Oh yeah, that's enough. Okay. Jeez, that was a lot of war score. 45 war score from that battle. Remove your cores. Rather minimize the amount of cores sitting around. Uh, hmm. Some of these don't actually have other countries. Eh. Gets me more prestige than the cash. Of course, the general dies immediately. Ooh, that's good. Is that a 2-day siege tick? Excellent. The other option is to turn you into my vassal state. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Now that would be even better if I managed to do it while, well, when, you know, during England's attack. That's cheap. Cheap burger loyalty. Yep. '83. Oh yeah, you're at war with England, aren't you? Just England. Let's take advantage of that. I will take advantage of that. I'm gonna have to deal with a couple things first. Hmm. Wait, why is Greek Sea involved? Am I a close tributary state? No? I'm not entirely sure why China ended up getting called in, but, well, that's certainly going to help keep the war enthusiasm low. Spine up there instead. I need to improve relations. Oh. Huh. It should actually be surprisingly easy to get them under control compared to Sukhothai was difficult to deal with. Well, that's your problem now. Go deal with it. Yourself. Yeah, looks like I captured a couple more transports. Rifles! Rifled muskets were slower to fire than regular muskets, but much more accurate over long distances. Since they were slow to reload, they were ineffective in line combat, where a horse could close the distance before a rifle could fire a second shot. Instead, they were used by hunters and sharpshooters who could pick off enemy officers from ambush. Siege ability plus 5%, maneuver plus 15%, infantry fire plus 0.15, cavalry fire plus 0.05, cavalry shock plus 0.2. Enables new infantry and cavalry. That is a very similar pip amount. Let's go with drill infantry. And Uhlans. I'm gonna save my admin points. I don't have enough of them. I think I'm also gonna save diplo points. I think it would be better to fill out these ideas first. And also, for admin, wait until I get industrialization or nationalism. Nationalism will probably take a while, but industrialization, not an issue. Civilian involvement. Some people don't have to know anything about your plan to help you. Some people need only know who you seek to hurt. Others only need a little coin. Regardless of their reasons, their help is equally valuable. Elite power from autonomy, minus 10%. Ooh. Cost to justify trade conflict, minus 20%. Have I ever justified a trade conflict? I don't think I ever have. Counter-espionage. Only a fool believes their enemies incapable of thinking as they do. It is easy enough to forget that espionage is a dance between two players. Corruption from elites, minus 7.5%. Foreign spy detection, plus 20%. And as a finisher bonus, rebel support efficiency, plus 50%. Of course, I can't grab any more ideas, at least not of that type, but I can grab urbanization. From day-long laborers to day-long shifts. Cruelties of the past forgotten, replaced by those of the present. Peasant labor, supply plus 10%, amenity cost minus 10%, urban production efficiency plus 2.5%. Ignorance lost. Elite diversions concern plus 50%. Yearly clan power minus 0.5. Stability cost interval minus 7.5%. The clans will vanish with this. In my leftover provinces, in any provinces where they are left over. Of course, there is only a little more than a century left in the game, but it still applies. Okay, war score is met. We can go ahead and ask for anything. Or perhaps not. There we go. Abundant opportunity. Compared to our... yeah. It automatically discover adjacent colonies built. Should help speed things up slightly, I guess. It's not really an amazing help. Okay, whatever weakened them is no longer weakening them. Yippee. Yeah, they've gotten stronger again. Great. France's navy is not weak. I cannot make claims otherwise. It is not weak. Yeah, this should be a good point to stop. Oh. Let's just do some internal matters. I think I should be able to reform the administration. Yes. I may need to bolster bureaucratic influence, but for anything more than expand the incentives for merit. I've got 670 state reach, so that's enough for a couple reforms. Though there is the issue of tech. I definitely wanted to grab this tech, so. But with all the institutions embraced, techs now cost like 300 points each. 259 mil points for Royal Mortars. And I didn't even get any neighbor bonuses. It's great. Mortars were a kind of handheld cannon that effectively allowed a squad of infantrymen to carry an artillery piece with them. This dramatically increased their ability to take small fortifications and act independently. Maneuver plus 5%, infantry fire plus 0.1, artillery fire plus 1, and artillery shock plus 0.1 enables the horse artillery. I guess National Bank, it's cheap. I actually don't know. 96! It costs 96 Diplo power to get National Bank. The expenses of fighting a modern war could easily bankrupt even a rich nation. When William III of England asked the merchants of London for another loan to fight his wars, he was refused. He then made them an offer to incorporate them as governors of a national bank, whose role was to issue permanent bonds to raise money for his wars. Soon William had raised over £1 million, and the Bank of England was copied by other nations. Naval force limit plus 5%, settler growth plus 4. Modern lighthouses. How much does this cost? 117. I do want to check to see. Expand incentives for merit. Oh, that would wipe out. Okay. Right, that will reduce the lack of wages penalty on corruption. Can't afford any other reforms, I don't think. Yeah, that costs 150 diplo power. Yeah. Oh well. As you can see, I've completed espionage and industrial ideas and am most of the way through exploration ideas. I still need to go through some more of standing army ideas. In fact, I can grab one more. Permanent stations. Staff increase interval minus 2.5%. Rebel suppression efficiency plus 33%. I guess I can grab the voluntary hospital stack for 198. Most hospitals were run by the church, although some were endowed by the government. As cities grew and population expanded, there was a need for more hospitals. Burghers began raising money to build hospitals that would serve their own communities, and the first voluntary hospital, Westminster Hospital, in London, was established in 1719. Admin efficiency plus 5. Okay. That's at least some of that. Okay, you really have a lot of loyalty. Let's burn it by demoting greater aristocrats. Still promote your faction, because that is cheap. You concession liberties. Promote and support commerce. Perform a show of devotion. That should be good for that. Okay. I have also been able to embrace the last three institutions of global trade, nationalism, and industrialization. They themselves are starting to spread through my territory, but it's not really important. Well, provincial effective industrialization, urban output plus 25%. Oh, jeez. That really changes an economy, doesn't it? Oh, and all infrastructure costs is reduced by 10%. Wow. Oh, national civil war strength plus... Okay, so that doesn't have a global effect. Provincial is allows adoption of new crop types. Yeah, up to Columbian Exchange, the institutions all have flavor text to them too. So yeah, I've been through a couple wars. Suvar Bomi, well not, Sumatra. Suvarna Bhumi is my country, but Sumatra is now mostly mine. What's left is just some European provinces as well as Majapahit, who I have turned into a feudatory. Their liberty desire is fragile, I'll say that. I think I'll just placate them again. Yeah. It's fragile, so this situation is gonna be dangerous for a while, and it's gonna be a long time before I can get to the point of annexing them. But progress is slowly being made on a lot of fronts there. I also ended up in a war with England, but that didn't amount to much outside of handing China this and getting war reps off of them. Which is surprisingly little, honestly. It's only 6 ducats a month. Oh, and I got them to remove their guarantee off of Portugal. Still don't know much of what's going on down there, but... Yeah, I've attacked France. They happen to be busy with a war against England, because New England wants to become independent. Yes, we're having an American Revolution in 1750. There isn't really anything else I can truly say. I haven't really done much internally. Oh, I probably should expand the bureaucracy again in order to keep getting state reach up, because by this point I can do any reforms that I want. It's weird to be able to do that at this point. Yeah, the French Navy is a bit stronger than mine. They can take on any challenges I send their way, so I need to be careful with what I do. I'm not sure where their Navy went. Oh, that's dangerous. Because I'm sure it was over here. Which means they're probably hidden away in the floors, see. I should be fine to... Drat! Okay. I mean, it's still an inland sea where the galleys deal double damage, but it's the transports I'm worried about. I've already lost 2 of them. Again. Three of them. Yeah. I need to be careful because their navy is way stronger than mine, as I just so aptly demonstrated. Anyway, that's enough for now. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.